Hello, Mr. Kumbula.
Hello, how are you?
Um, Tell us about your computer science internship.
I did a research internship with Dr. Jones about the statements that were made by HBCUs and NGOs concerning the protests that were happening in May and June over the death of George Floyd. And the main idea of the project was to create a visualization to communicate the messages and the sentiments of the statements.
Thanks for that brief introduction, Mr. Kumbule.
Anytime.
So, what is the most important non-technical skill you learned during this internship?
The most important non-technical skill that I learned is communication. Like as an international student, the education system that I grew up with is different than the one in the US. So we grew up with the culture of not like asking teachers or professors questions. But I realized like as I was working in during the internship, Dr. Jones was encouraging me to ask questions if I was stuck with something. So I developed like those skills to be able to communicate with her, to talk to her, like telling her what I did during Scrum meetings or asking questions if I needed any help if I'm stuck with something.
Moving forward, what is the most important technical skill you learned during this internship?
The most important technical skill that I learned during this internship is visualization. It is important because after calculating the term frequency and n-grams of all the text files, I was able to use word cloud and stem and leaf plot to create a visualization that shows the sentiments and the messages of all the statements.
Okay, so what is something you accomplished during the internship that you are most proud of?
I would say my first task, which was removing URLs, mentions, and hashtags from all the text files. I'm proud of this accomplishment because this was the first time that I was introduced to expressions. I've not used expressions before, so I was able to figure out how expression works. This first task also made me prepare for upcoming tasks because I know I was going to be exposed to new tools, new technologies, and different methods of working, like agile method that I've never used before because I was used to using waterfall method.
Okay, for my own special question, let's say there is a computer science student who wants to do the internship that you work on. What computer science courses will you recommend to that student?
Okay, thank you for your question. And the computer science courses that I would recommend is 226 because it's implementing of softwares and you'll be using Python in that class. You need to have a basic in Python. The other thing I would also recommend is taking a civil rights class because for me, I didn't have a background in American history, especially on civil rights movement. So I took a class over the May term that helped me during my internship because I was relating what was happening during the civil rights during the 1960s and what was happening with Black Lives Matter in the protests of May and June. And the most important thing is they should look out for the email from the computer science department and apply for the research opportunity.
All right, that sounds great.
Thank you.